guys, and welcome. So this is Bluebell Hollow, and I am the steward slash owner, part owner of this bit of land. So what we're doing on this bit of land, just to give you all a little update and everything, is we are working with nature. So what I mean by that is everything we're doing more to replace nature. So where you look, I have gone for the path of least resistance, which is the best way of doing any of this type of work. Always go the path of least resistance. So I'm going to explain what I'm doing at the moment on the land to turn you around. So over here, this is my open area. This is roughly around 0.2 of an acre in this open area here. Now, as you can see, I've planted a few things. So that over there in the white cone, in a see-through white cone, that is a beech tricolour, which is a native plant, but it also has got some really striking variegation, so some pink variegation, and if you follow, you'll see that in the next few months. Then over there, the taller item, that is a oak cereus. Now I know oak cereus are not the best plant to be planting, but this is a variegated oak cereus. So this is hot, like it takes longer to grow than the normal cereus. So those are the two trees I've planted so far. I put all of this. It might not look like anything at the moment, but that's dead hedging. Also, what has loads and loads of different types of natives. So there's about 14 different natives, and in that row, and it includes things from beech all the way to the wayfaring tree and spindle tree. So I've got even rare species in this bush. That doesn't look like anything because I've only just done it. I've only just done it last year. So it will grow this year and hopefully will look beautiful. Now, if you look over here, you can see an oak. You might not be able to identify it, but that's fine. I can tell you that that is an oak. Now, the oak is one of the coolest things that we have on this site. So I believe this is an English a Quercus rover, I believe, but please let me know if I'm wrong. So if you look at it, this is a very old tree, but it's very stunted. Look how tall it goes. It only goes not much. I would say another me and a bit. So I'm just under 6 foot. So I'd say probably about, what would you say? Like, look at it. You can see how, if I get it bigger, look, that's how big it is. So it's not actually that big, and this is what you call a dwarf oak tree, yeah, or a stunted oak tree, gnarl oak tree. There's like quite a lot of names for it, but basically what it is a dwarf oak tree, and it's really cool because that's done that itself, yeah. So now there's loads of reasons why this could happen, but one of the most common reasons is to do with the soil underground, which is pretty cool. Now, that's the oaks. That's one of the oak. So you see that oak, yeah? Then you see this oak. I call him Mark because he helps me mark the centre of, well, not the centre, but helps me mark where the land is. So that's Mark, yeah? And he is an oak tree as well. But you see the difference? It's why I love oak so much. But anyway, so the next thing, which is really, really cool, where I'm standing right now will be a pond eventually, yeah, not a big pond, but not a small pond either. So where I'm standing will eventually be a pond, and over here you can see loads of these are all pretty much dead, all of these trees here. And the cool thing about it, well, not cool because it's sad because they're dead. The cool thing about it is that these are elms, English elms. So if you know about English elms, you know they died out quite a few years ago. This is a young one right here, yeah. This one's absolutely doing fine. But the thing is, that over there is a dead elm. All of this are dead elms. So we need to sort that out because we want to try and stop the beetle getting into there. And the best way of doing that is clearing it in the winter, which I'm slowly doing. But the really cool thing about this site, and I'll walk down to it, just explaining it to you. So as you can see, there's another bigger one here. There's a bigger one at the back there. This one right here is a one, but when I last saw it last year, I think the beetles already got to it. This one here is another one, which looks a lot more healthier. But one problem with this species, yeah, is it all grows by suckers. Look how nice and mossy the floor is. Look how cool this is. Last time I was in this particular place, I saw a grass snake, which is insanely rare here in England. So it's really cool. As you can see, a lot of this is not getting touched, but if you can look, you can see that's not the best one. Where is the one I saw with all the really good? Yeah, here you go. So that, all of that is the DET, the nasty beetle, what killed all of our elms, which is terrible. So there is a few elms here, like there's one there, there's a few dotted around. All of these elms are actually alive. Yeah. So what I need to do is get rid of all of the dead elms. So like this one here, that's a dead elm. Look how dead that is. You can even see, even though it's winter, you can see that's dead. So in Alaska and stuff, they call that a widowmaker. Yeah, because like say if like I'm in the range where if that was to just randomly snap, I'm being quite dangerous here, but if that was to randomly snap, I could get squashed, and that's not good. So yeah, like this one's dead as well. So that's the end of my land there. My land stops where that holly is, basically. I'm trying to not see. Look, you can see, even not like you can see, it's just terrible what it's done. But then look at this bad boy. Look how old that is. That is an elm, yeah. And then there's another elm behind it, what doesn't look too happy. But the most healthiest elms I've got on this property, yeah. And as you can see, all the bluebells are coming out now. So it's going to look beautiful in the next few months, or next few weeks. Look, because look, how many bluebells there is, yeah. So there's no bluebells in that little bit of the path, but there's actually loads of bluebells here, and I need to probably build a bridge just to get over here. But I don't want to walk further. But can you see that tree in the distance where there's two stumps? So that tree where there's two stumps in the distance, yeah, that is the healthiest elm I have on site. And look how nice and big that is. I can't tell you how old that is. It's dangerous right now, I've just noticed. So this is the thing. People don't understand that when you, with some land, yeah, with woodlands, everything like that, people go, oh no, they're cutting things, oh no, they're doing things, all of this, yeah. But do you know what we're stopping? That looks dead. I've just noticed this. That looks dead. That might need to come down as well. What? Yeah, I'll have to look into that. But this one, yeah, so that was a tree. What has fallen? The only thing was holding it up is these two oaks here, yeah. The one coming from that bank and the one growing up. Beautiful oaks. Look how nice that looks. In the spring, it's beautiful. But then, what we do is we need to get rid of that, don't we? Now. But if you're allowed, like, admittedly, I'm not working on this area at the moment because it's the last area I'm going to work on. See, that's another elm there. What doesn't have elm dieback either. Elm disease, sorry. DED. So that's another elm there, which is alive, healthy, and everything like that. And actually, here's another one, which is alive and healthy. So there is quite a few elms here what are alive and healthy, and there's quite a few things I'm going to be doing to protect them. So let me go back to the open area and I'll explain what I mean. So, with elms, yeah, this is elm. What elm dieback can cause is it doesn't actually kill the tree if it's thing, but what happens, and deers love it, but what happens is it just turns into basically a little crappy bush, and we want it to turn into a tree like this one's turning into. You know, we don't want it to turn into a crappy little bush, yeah, because the butterflies that use it and everything, all of the native species that we are missing because of this tree, because the tree's going. So yeah, look, like this is a fallen bit, this is a fallen one. It's got mushrooms on it. It's probably really good for wildlife, but it's right next to one of them, so I'm gonna have to move it. Yeah, and basically what you do is, if you really want to try and, there's quite a few things what you can do to stop it spreading, and I'm going to explain them in a second. So if you ever come across an elm, if you ever come across an elm, so with an elm, especially with an English elm, first off, make sure it's English, yeah, do your identification, make sure it's English and not wych elm, because wych elm is naturally more tolerant. So, are here. All the dead elms are here. So, all I need to do is cut all of the diseased elms, cut them all down, all of the dead diseased elms. So then, what it does is keeps those good and healthy. Constantly monitor. Yeah. Just so you know, look how nice this oak is. It's really nice. So I will be providing in the next few years a few cuttings of this, but this is a seriously rare plant. And I'm also trying to get the Quercus robur purpurea, which is a purple oak very similar to the copper beech, which is native as well, and I want to get the variegated English oak, Quercus robur. Then other things as well, and the yellow Quercus robur as well. So if you can help me with any of that, and if you have carried and has come on with them, like done this whole almost 16-minute journey with me, yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you, and I'm going to stop the video right there, right now. Let me really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in a visit. Thank you. Please subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.